Hello you guys, welcome back to my channel. I guess you'll call this another Bonnet Chronicles video, but today I'm going to be talking about a relationship topic. You're attracting what's in you, and I have my notes on my screen as usual. I put in parentheses a person in rebellion, a controlling person, a prideful person, etc. So you might be wondering why you keep attracting the same type of person. And we usually think that we're good. We usually think that none that other people might have is really in us, or you might think this person is really arrogant, or this person is really prideful or mean or something, and you might not see that in yourself. And we all have our blind spots. God was showing me a lot, earlier in my walk with him, about how I was prideful. I had a lot of pride, and sometimes it still tries to come up, but he always helps me, I guess you call squash that out. But yeah, you might be wondering why you keep attracting this type of person. And for the person I have on here, one type of person, you're attracting someone who's in rebellion, and you're attracting what's in you. So say you don't have a relationship with God right now, or you don't care to get to know him for yourself. Whatever it is, the reason is, I can't judge you, because that was how I was for a long time. And I just wanted to do what I wanted, and I didn't know why I kept attracting people that eventually we had to go our separate ways, because it was never gonna work, because we weren't meant to be in each other's lives, basically. And I attracted people that was in rebellion. I attracted people that was prideful. I attracted people that had egos. I attracted people that was arrogant, had false sense of confidence, insecure. I attracted people that was just a lot of those things. Just say those for instance. For example, I mean. And yeah, hindsight's 2020. And looking back at it, it's wow. Because you be wondering why, you with someone, why is this person narcissist, or why is this person so rude, and they selfish and stuff like that. And you're in the beginning it was cool, but as you get to know them, you see these things, and it's because that's who you are. You literally attract who you are. Maybe you're not on the same level as them in narcissism. Maybe you're not on the same level as being as prideful as them. Maybe you're not as arrogant as them, but you still have some of that in you, which is why you was attracted to that person in the first place. You gotta think about it somebody who is a slob is not, doesn't care about their self, their hygiene. They don't care about their appearance physically. They don't care about their hair looking nice in public. They don't care about having dandruff all over their hair, flakes on their shoulders and stuff. That type of person is, okay, so you have that type of person. And then say you have somebody who's neat, clean, always try to make sure they look good, presentable. Their clothes are nice and fit them well. They're not just wearing any type of crazy outfits. They brush their teeth. They do their best to take care of their skin. These type of things, that person is not going to be attracted to the other type of person that's slob and don't care about their appearance, because they're not on the same wavelength. The person who's a slob is operating on this wavelength, and the person that's neat is operating on this wavelength. They're not going to be attracted to each other because they're not the same. And so that's how it is for relationships. Like, you attracting somebody who's controlling, and I had dealt with a lot of controlling, and God's been helping me with that. Just wanting to have people operate how you want them to operate in your life versus just letting them be who they are and moving accordingly, and I guess you could say promoting or demoting people based on just how they operate. Just how they operate. So instead of you trying to be like, you know what, because I'll just say me as an example. I was like in a relationship. I was like, I don't like this, and you need to do this, you shouldn't do this, and silent treatment and manipulation, tactics, like you're being mad because you didn't do it the way I wanted it done, or you didn't listen to what I said it should be, like the way it should be, and things like that. Instead of just saying like, you know what, I actually see we don't really align in a lot of ways, so I'm gonna let you do you and I'm gonna do me. You live your life how you want to live, and I'm gonna live mine how I want to live. Instead of that, it's like, no, I wanted to be controlling because that's how I was raised. I was raised having to follow, the parent is always right type of thing. And if I didn't, it would be an argument. And so, yeah, that's how I ended up becoming with other people. But I didn't realize it until, as I got older and matured and all that stuff. And God showed me these things. So it's just, you really got, everything really start with you, bro. You gotta look at yourself and look at the people around you that's gonna tell you about yourself. Like, if you have people around you that are allowing you, if you have people around you that are, I guess you would say, prideful, then that will let you know, maybe I have some type of pride, because why am I so close-knit with these people in my life? Like, if you're striving to walk with the Lord and you look around and, like, say you got 5 friends, 3 out of those 5 people are like super prideful and just cocky, want to do what they want to do, don't really care about what somebody else has to say, and think the world revolves around them type of thing. You'd be like, why is this my friend? And you might think like, I don't act like that. But you had to do some deep introspection and be like, maybe you do act like that. And maybe ask the people around you, like, do you think I'm prideful? Do you think I have like some pride in me? Do you think I'm kind of arrogant sometimes, or cocky, or kind of just like the world revolves around me? Do you think I act like that? And have them be honest with you. Don't be mad when they tell you the answer. But yeah, doing those type of things will help you see like why you keep attracting friends or dating, whatever, relationships, whichever one, because everything really just starts with you. Like, you wonder why you attract this narcissistic person, which is everybody's favorite word nowadays. Wonder why you attracted them, which is really just somebody who wants you to worship them because they think the world revolves around them and they don't care about what nobody else got to say. You wonder why that happened is because there's probably some of that in you. Like I said before, it might not be to the same degree to where, I don't know, you're just like treating someone the same way you're getting treated, but you gotta think about like, just gotta think about things, because you have all the answers within you. I mean, if you sit up here and you think about, why does this keep happening? What is this going on? If you think about these things, then you will get the answer. Like, ask yourself questions, sit down, think, talk to God, and He will help you figure out what's going on and tell you about yourself. So yeah, just do that, and that will help save you a lot of time and a lot of heartbreak, because a lot of times we rush out here trying to get in a relationship and all these things, and then we wonder why we end up being alone again. And you think you're ready, you think you're healed enough, you think you just did enough work, you think you in the season that you need to be in to get with someone, instead of just walking in God's will and trusting him and following him and what he says, and listening to if he says, all right, now it's time, say if you're a man, it's time for you to go find your wife, or if you're a woman, it's like, okay, this is your season for you to be found as a wife. And we don't really sit up here and do those things, so we sit up here, go out on our own, don't want to wait. And I was watching a Tiffany Buckner video about generational curses last night, and she has said that the evidence that you're in idolatry is the fact that you're impatient. And I heard that, I was like, dang. Cause I'll be dealing with that sometimes. Like I said in my last video about like one like cheesecake snacks, or like little mini pizza from Pizza Hut, or some like those breadsticks. And a lot of the times in the past, I would just be like, you know what, I'm gonna just go buy it. And it was me idolizing my feelings, idolizing what I wanted. And yeah, just never, it robbed my future self. And so that's the whole thing, you rob your future self, because, and excuse the background noise, it's like 90 degrees and like 80% humidity outside, and I got my AC on full blast because I don't got time for this. And of course the train, always running, doing who knows what, carrying who knows what. But yeah, what I was finna say, it was a good point. Yeah, we rob our future self because we sit up here and we don't want to wait on God, and so then our future self is suffering, and now you postponing something that God could have for you if you would have just waited. But now instead of it coming, now you got to do the work of healing and breaking soul ties because you didn't want to wait, because you thought you were healed enough. And most of the time, we're just not ready. And that's why you be, like I have on my notes on here, that's why you attracting what's in you. God knows what's in you. He knows what's in our heart. And our heart is desperately wicked. Who can know it besides God? So you might think, oh, I'm good, I'm God, you know, I'm not in rebellion no more, I'm serving God, and I'm not a controlling person, I'm not a prideful person, I'm good, I'm gonna go find somebody, or I'm gonna go sit up here, start dating and go on all these dates. And it's like, the fact that you're not waiting on God and praying and maybe even fasting, like, is this my season to be doing this? Or like, people might be coming up to you and wanting to pursue you, and instead of you praying and being like, Lord, should I be entertaining anybody right now, you are in rebellion and not going to him first. You're like, nah, I think I know. I think I got this. You know, you're like, you might not say it verbatim, but you're like, I got this, God, you know. I think I came pretty far in my walk with you so far. Even though I've been out, and I was saying this to him the other day, I was like, even though, like, so crazy, like, even though we be in the world most of our life, we give our life to God, and then it'd be like, oh, 6 months in, 1 year in, a few years in, we're like, so God, where my husband at? Where my wife at? And it's like, are you slow? Like, so you live your whole life for yourself, turned your back on me, didn't care about me, didn't want to serve me or nothing. And then you decide to come back. I'm glad you did. But now you're like, oh yeah, so God, what you finna do for me? Where my husband at? Where my wife at? It's like you haven't even spent with God a long time. Like, you've been in the world longer than you've been with God. What have you done for him? Like, you haven't even, you've been serving him 6 months, 1 year, 2, 3 years, and now you're like, so yeah, when I'm gonna get married? I see all these people online getting married. Where my husband at? Where my wife at? It's like, what have you done for the kingdom? You ain't even done nothing yet. You just got here. And so it's literally rebellion, bro. Because you're literally just like, you know what? I'm not finna wait on the Lord. I'm gonna go do what I wanna do. That's what you're saying with your actions. And so then you wonder why you get somebody that is operating in the same mentality that you're operating in. And this is why we have to sit up here, spend time with the Lord so he can heal us and we can be content with him and his love, and so he can sit up here and tell us about ourselves. Because we be thinking, oh no, I'm good. I think I'm good on the healing journey. I'm gonna go out here and date somebody else. Even though I just got out of a relationship. Even though I've been in a bunch of messed up relationships when I was in the world and I never really sat down and healed. I'll be fine though. And then you wonder why you end up. This is the thing, bro. So what you need to do is sit down, talk to God. What you need to do is pray, maybe even fast, and ask God to show you yourself. And what you need to do is get knowledge and understanding and pray for wisdom so you can have the wherewithal to not sit up here and do something foolish and then wonder like, what happened? Like, you have to slow down. Like, slow down. Because that's the whole thing. Satan wants you to be impatient. And when you're impatient, you make stupid decisions. And it's not to judge, because I've done that. Even while saved, because like I said, I want to get this snack, I want to go get this little cheesecake, and whatever else. And then your future self suffers. And yeah, you don't want to make a cycle out of that. So just sit down and ask God to show you your blind spots, and talk to people that you trust that will tell you about yourself, and really sit back, take what they say. Like, if they tell you like, yeah, you are pretty like prideful, like, yeah, you are controlling, you do be wanting things to be your way, and then think about like, when do I do that? Maybe ask them, give you some examples, but think about like your interactions with people, and think about how, if they say you're prideful or controlling, think about how that has showed up in interactions with people, and just look back onto how you've acted and be like, dang, I actually was prideful in that scenario, or wow, when I actually said that, I was coming from a controlling place. And then when you do that, you'll be good, because it's like, okay, now you're sharpening areas that were dull and that were causing you to stumble. So yeah, that's what you need to do. Slow down and don't be impatient, right? Ask God to heal you and help you to grow, and help you to just not sit up here and be desperate for anything. He tells us to be anxious for nothing, right? Pray about everything. That's how you stay safe. But anyway, I hope this video helps you, and I hope you take heed to it, implement the things in your life, and I hope that helps you, and that was just a blessing for you. And yeah, I will see you guys soon, probably tomorrow. Thank you for watching, and take care.